Well, USDA just announced the second step in the sign-up for the Farm Bill. Back in April 7th ended the election period, and now they have to go in and basically say, yep, this is what we did. They signed the paperwork and get that done. And that will start on the 17th of June and will end on September 30th. So producers have lots of time, but they just need to keep that on their calendar and make sure they have an appointment to get in there and get that done. My understanding is what they signed up for late winter, early spring is what they're going to be in this year. There'll be some producers that didn't sign up for anything. They default into PLC and they're out for the 2014 year. This is a 5-year commitment, or potentially longer, as we've seen farm bills being extended as there have been challenges in getting a new farm bill passed. You know, this actually could be a 6 or 7 year commitment. USDA also released numbers on how the producers elected to the various options, and so I have some of those numbers for Oklahoma. Of course, wheat's our biggest crop, and 62% of the acres, the base acres in Oklahoma, went into Ark County. And that's probably the smart choice for most of our producers, because there's likely, for most counties in the state, will be an Ark payment for last year's crop, because the program actually started for the cropping year 2014. There won't be a PLC payment for 2014 for wheat. The reference price for wheat's $5.50 a bushel. We're looking at a marketing year average around $6.05, somewhere in that range. And so with the reference price being less than the marketing year average price, there's not going to be a payment there. And that's something that producers need to understand with the PLC program. They don't get paid the difference between what they sold their wheat for and the reference price if what they received was below that. If you sold in the trough of the marketing year, you may not get a price equal to the reference price. You could get below that and still not get a PLC payment. So it just shows that good marketing matters. If we look at canola, 95% of the acres are in PLC, and that's where those acres need to be. If you look at the reference price for canola, it equates to about $10.15 a bushel. And the marketing year average price is going to end up somewhere around $8.50 a bushel. So there's likely a payment for the 14 cropping year, and so that's where those acres needed to be. The remaining 5% went into Ark County, and those are probably producers with a pretty small canola base where it didn't make much difference for them, and they just signed their wheat acres and their canola acres up into the same thing and be done with it. Corn went 78% into Ark County. And that's pretty close to what the national average was. It's not clear when there'll be a PLC payment. Some producers in Oklahoma get an Ark payment. Not many. We had a decent growing season last year. The reference price for corn's $3.70 a bushel. Marketing year average price is going to end up somewhere around $3.70, so not likely to be a PLC payment. If there is, it's going to be pennies a bushel. Grain sorghum split about down the middle, 53 in PLC, 47% in Ark County. The reference price on grain sorghum is $3.95, and the marketing year average is going to end up somewhere around $4. So not likely to be a PLC payment. Peanuts, 99% of the base acres in Oklahoma went into PLC. The reference price is 26 3/4 cents a pound. The marketing year average price is likely to end up under 22 cents a pound. So producers are looking at somewhere around 5 cents a pound for a PLC payment for 2014 marketing year. Soybeans, 84% in Ark County, the remainder in PLC. The reference price for soybeans is relatively low when we compare it to other crops at $8.40 a bushel. And the marketing year average price is going to end up somewhere over $10 a bushel. There won't be a PLC payment for 2014, and 2015 looks unlikely as well. So that kind of wraps up the main crops for the state of Oklahoma.